the one, the only, Bencio.
Good afternoon and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Table Enabled. We continue Shulchan Aruch Yomi Siman Reish Pei Tet 289 today. We're going to talk about Seder Suda Shachar Shal Shabbos, the morning meal on Shabbos. Let's get into it. Aleph Yeshel Chanos Aruch Umita Mutza Yafe Umape Prusa Kmo Tudos Halayla. You should have fancy tablecloth, fancy tablescape. Go to Mishpacha magazine; they'll tell you what tablescape is trending these days. I think those are for losers, these tablescapes. Do what? Something nice. You don't have to be trending. You know, tablescapes? I mean, come on. These rich wives have nothing better to do with their time. If a rich wife is looking for what to do with their time, read a book, become knowledgeable about the world, become more cultured as a person, make some good food for your husband. You know, those are things to invest your time in. Maybe garden. Don't waste your time with tablescapes for losers. It's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. I will say my opinion unabashedly. So you should set it nice. Have a nice whatever, plastic or china, whatever you're gonna have. Have nice chairs, nice tablecloth. You make kiddush. This meal is called kiddush rabba. In some ways, it's considered you're supposed to honor this meal more than the night meal, which is hard to understand because the night meal, at least the kiddush, is doraisa. But I think that's the idea that the kiddush on Friday night is doraisa. Part of the reason the kiddush is doraisa on Friday night, the Rambam says, is that Friday night is when you start Shabbos. Havdalah, maybe according to some opinions, doraisa, it's signaling the end of Shabbos, the beginning and the end of Shabbos. But the actual meal on Shabbos, owning Shabbos, right? When do you have more room to eat food? In the morning, you're hungrier. During, a night meal, you eat less. Morning meals, you eat more. That's just the way it is. The Torah says, "V'boker lechem l'spoa be'erev basar lechol." The Torah says that you're supposed to have more during your brunch meal in terms of calories than your night meal. Especially if you have a lot of food at night meal, you go to sleep. This morning I woke up, I'm telling you, I had a barbecue last night. I woke up, my stomach was in shambles, I'm telling you. Hot dogs, they were good hot dogs. Good fries, good Coke, but my stomach wasn't feeling well. And then you should go wash your hands. You should have lecha mishnah. Also, there's halachas of kiddush makom suda we learned on Friday night. Also apply during Shabbos day. You're not supposed to eat before you make kiddush. Before shacharis, you're allowed to have water. Some poskim say even more. You're only chayiv in kiddush once you finish shacharis. Daven shacharis. All those halachas apply over here. I'll discuss in Ian to lean on the Ian shir I give every day on Shulchan Aruch Yomi why I think that these correlations are not necessarily true. Again, this is from the Rambam. He says some of these halachos that apply during the night apply during the day. I don't know necessarily it does. I'll tell you why I think that way. Ian to lean on. Bays, in a place that is not common to have wine, heavy sheikhar v'shar mashkin chuzman amayim chamer medina mekashla. You can use basically anything else. I'll tell you the honest truth. I go to Minyan here in the shul, Shabbos morning. I don't stay for Kriyas HaTorah. I have my own Kiddush club. I go to a side room. I make myself a coffee after Shacharis, right? Now, besides the fact that we learned earlier that after you have a Shacharis before Musaf, you're technically allowed to have a snack, right? Even though it seems from this halacha over here, you're supposed to make Kiddush first. But I'm used to all the shitas because coffee is at least a drink that people drink. Probably would be classified as Chamar Medina. Even the Shulchan Aruch says it doesn't have to be Chamar Medina necessarily. It's machlokes in the poskim whether it has to actually be Chamar Medina or not, the main drink that people drink. But coffee is a pretty common staple drink, especially in the mornings. I make Kiddush on coffee, and then I have some cookies. I hang out in the side room. I don't know. What's it called? Space out, chill out over there with my coffee. How can you go morning that I don't have coffee? I don't know. Every morning I need a coffee. I can't take instant Kriyas Torah, I'm telling you. That's why I'm very happy to have Victor Nebensol for telling me that Kriyas Torah is Chova Tzibur and not a Chova Yachid. It's Chova on the Tzibur. I don't have to be part of it. And that's what I do, because everything that I believe, I do. That's me, and that's how you should be acting. If you're a person, a real person, if you don't act on your beliefs are valueless. If you believe something to be true, go ahead and do it. That's the point of this world, to convert your beliefs into actions. If you can't do that, you're just a philosopher. You're someone who's living in ivory towers. That's what you end up being. You end up being a head without a body. Some people are bodies without heads. A lot of people are heads without bodies. And that's what happens if you spend too much time philosophizing, debating, trying to be right, to remember all the Talmud. They even have these programs I see in the Shlomo magazine, to remember stupid tricks, mnemonics, to remember, 3 points on every dot. Who the heck cares? Why do you have to know all of Shas? Does it make you feel good? A brain with a brain on steroids? Come on. I mean, you learn, and the basic halachas you apply to your life. I mean, the basic idea you apply to your life. There's no test when you get up to 120. They're not going to test you on Shas. Don't think they're going to test you, because they're not going to test you. I know. So, again, you can use Chamr Medina. You can use, doesn't have to be grape juice. Let's say you have nothing else to drink. You could make kiddush on bread. Just like at night you can make kiddush on bread. Just make hamotzi. There is no actual formal kiddush during the day. What we say, v'shamruv and bnei Yisrael hashavat zachar, shama shavat, those things are non-necessary. You don't have to say that. Even if you just said bori b'riyat gaf and you're yosei kiddush. Say hamotzi lech min haaretz, you're yosei kiddush, and that's all you have to do. That's the conclusion of today's share. Stay tuned for Ian Tolina, where I talk about Halacha Aleph, where the Shulchan Aruch seems to draw some corollaries between Kiddush on Friday night and Kiddush and the meal during the day. I would like to say not so fast. Ian Tolinon coming up next.